The only streamer that cares. This video is gonna be about Joe Bart. Not entirely sure what the topic in particular is gonna be, if it's just about Joe Bart's life, but funny enough, I've been seeing Joe Bart's content probably since like 2020 maybe, like back when he was wearing this Carhartt beanie and he was on TikTok, and then he evolved into a streamer slash YouTuber. One thing about Joe that you gotta admire, bro, is his transition effect in different types of content. Bro has made so many different types of content, it's crazy.
You know what the most important part of any live stream is? The chat. Every night, thousands of viewers pour into their favorite streamer's chat. Together.
Whoa, what am I watching? Is this cinema? Yo, how come y'all haven't let me know about this channel sooner? This channel looks beautiful.
They decide what games get played, what videos get watched, and the streamers who keep them entertained get paid.
Okay. Yeah.
It sounds pretty easy, right? Just give the chat what it wants. The problem is, chat never wants just one thing.
True, there's probably somebody saying, yo, play Rocket League, play League of Legends, play R6. All those games are fucking trash. Okay, I'm kidding. Anybody getting offended by that, I'm sorry, but sorry, not sorry, actually. You know what? I never played those games, so I can't say if they're trash or not. I'm hating for no reason.
There's thousands of people all asking for something different, and no matter what you do, someone's unhappy.
Yeah.
The biggest streamers learn to follow the majority and keep the party moving. Because stopping everything
Was that Flight Reacts right there? That's the GOAT, bro.
for one unhappy viewer is the cardinal sin of streaming. You don't leave 10,000 people hanging over a single name in the chat.
I always wondered how streamers end up following their chat when there's like 30,000 people in the chat. How do you even read it? At that point, the whole Twitch chat being a little community, it kind of goes out the window and you're just like, I don't know, a jester, bro, for the audience.
But what happens when the needs of the one are a matter of life and death?
Whoa.
My girlfriend of 3 years took her own life in November of 2025.
Ooh.
Losing my best friend and the person I love most in the world. I'm
Oh my
feeling like
gosh.
my life is no longer worth living, and I've been falling into a bad habit of drug addiction, leading me to on MDMA in December. I don't want to be here anymore.
This is Joe Bartolozzi, and he's one of the only streamers
Damn, that's actually crazy.
that stops everything when
I
someone
feel like naturally, like the reaction on average, damn, that's crazy. Like, wow, you just like trauma dumped, right? Some people might not be handling these type of situations. Like, there's certain clips of people saying like, oh, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe they'll even have like an awkward laugh because they don't know how to deal with it. But from clips, I think that Joe handles it really well. Way better than a lot of people, and definitely way better than me. Because I'd be like, damn, what do I even say? That definitely brings down the vibe of the chat, vibe of the whole stream, and my vibe included if I'm trying to be energetic and entertain people. But like, that wasn't what the chatter's intention was. He was genuinely looking for help.
needs help.
If a chatter of mine is coming into my chat saying they're suicidal, I am first and foremost going to read their message.
But when you do this, when you make yourself the person people turn to at their lowest, you're also now the one who has to carry the weight of it.
Damn.
Because now you're surrounded by darkness.
Today I decided to end everything. Got a shotgun, can't find it in me to love myself.
Now
Oh
you're
my
giving
gosh.
away pieces of yourself to everyone around.
See, like at this point, bro, Joe probably doesn't feel the same way as me, but at some point, bro, you gotta see like therapists and stuff too, because bro, Joe is not like a therapist, like freaking counselor, bro. Like you can't just go to him with every single thing, bro. This is gonna take like an emotional toll, and it's gonna like cause him to. It would cause me to not even be able to stream properly if every single chat is like, or if every single day there's some type of donation that's extremely depressing. Like you gotta go to a professional, not me, bro.
You.
People are genuinely
As much as I would want to help, like I feel like I couldn't.
asking me to fix their problems. I can't.
Yeah.
Now, it feels like the whole world is on your shoulders.
Now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start themselves.
That's
Oh
a
my
heavy weight to
gosh.
pick up, and we wanted to know why.
Who is Joe Bartolozzi, and why do you care so deeply about some of the things that you do? Which is maybe a little deep for 10:30 in the morning, but
No, it's all right.
Joe Bartolozzi was born on February 6th, 2002, and grew up in southern New Jersey.
New Jersey? Anybody watch this from New Jersey in the chat? What do y'all even do, bro? Eat freaking Philly cheesesteaks? That's Philadelphia, sorry. Wrong state. I don't even know. New Jersey, bro? Jersey Shore? Like, ugh.
Joe
If
wasn't
you want to go to a real beach, come to California, okay? I'll take you for a good time.
the kid you've picked to become famous online. He was the small, quiet kid, the one getting picked last for everything.
I was
Damn.
kind of like the lanky kid that didn't really know how to control his body. So that's why I was picked last.
But by high school, things started turning around. He hit his growth spurt, got into lifting, and went from being the kid nobody picked to a legitimate athlete.
I don't think I was ever the person nobody picked, but I was never getting picked first, never getting picked last, just always in the middle of the pack. I guess you could say I was a mid person, bro. Like, pretty much. I was just middle. The master of good at everything, but master of nothing, you know?
So by 2019, Joe's a track athlete at a Catholic prep school in New Jersey, working part-time at a GNC, heading towards a completely normal life.
He seems like the type to work at a freaking gym supplement store, bro. Look at him, bro.
And then a Chinese tech company bought a dying lip syncing app.
What? Oh, TikTok. Why did he put it like that? Okay, all right.
what do you think this does to a person?
It's not the same guys as like a Disney star, right? Because I was nowhere near that level. But it's just the idea of like, I was a teenager that's getting clout, and I think 99% of the time, that's bad.
And Joe is no exception. All of those views, all that attention that comes with internet fame, it went straight to his head.
I went from being a really insecure, it was like two polar opposites, right? And I had to find the medium. Like, I used to be really insecure when I was in like middle school.
Yo, why does he look exactly the same?
Or early high school, to a point where like I started working out, I started doing this, and then it went like full flop to like narcissism. And so it was like an obsession with myself because of insecurity that then inflated my ego to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm awesome.
See, if you're an intellectual like me and Joe, you know, we kind of understand that sentence, you know, we're on a different level, you know, the manosphere, the hemispheres of the... Yeah, bro, the ego and the narcissism and the conflating personalities and the conflicting...
And you can see it in the content from that era. The captions, the attitude, the way that he carried himself.
So this is my proposal for any women out there that would like to participate in the holiday, but don't have anybody who...
National suck. Yo, bro. Yo, Joe, I have never seen somebody so down bad they make a video like this, bro. You were better off just making a Tinder. At this point, bro, I'll make a grinder and I'll switch teams before I make a post like this.
System. I'm here.
This is the version of Joe that Joe doesn't like.
That person in that facade I had to
The version of Joe where he puts out National Suck Day? I guess so, yeah.
do to create that character actually became me for a short period of time, and I hated it.
But as much as Joe hates this version of himself, he also kind of owes everything to him. Because that ego is what gave him the confidence and drive to start making bigger swings in his career. And when you're building yourself from the ground up, those two things can be the difference between success and failure. You see, everyone wants to start their own thing until they realize how much work starting actually takes. Building your website, setting up payments, all the boring stuff. And most people don't quit because the idea was bad. They quit because the setup got in the way. That's where WAP comes in. Listen,
get this ad!
Announced
Sorry.
In the summer of 2020, just before starting his freshman year of college, Joe announced his first ever Twitch stream.
I'm gonna start streaming video games on Twitch in a day or two.
He started moving viewers from TikTok to Twitch, where he'd stream games like Rocket League.
Hey, financially best decision he could have ever made, bro. Clap it up. Because if y'all know about TikTok, bro, they do not pay you well at all. You could get 1 billion views and they'll look at you and be like, huh, you getting paid a sweatshop salary for Nike, bro. You getting paid maybe 35 cents per million views on TikTok versus streaming or YouTube, you make way more money.
Fall Guys.
Oh, I got it!
Then he'd take the best moments from those streams and post them to YouTube. By fall of that year, Joe was juggling multiple TikTok uploads a day, streaming on Twitch, making YouTube content, all while managing his classwork in college.
What was the schedule like in college? There's so much going on. How do you manage that?
It was a lot. Like, balancing streaming and college sucked. But it was so doable. And
Dude. I was doing this, okay, but I wasn't making the same type of content, right, as Joe. Back when I was making commentary videos, y'all don't understand how much that was like 9 to 5, and I wasn't really getting paid anything, and a lot of times videos get demonetized. But for a little insight on my commentary channel, I would make videos, right? They could be like a video essay, whatever. It takes me 8-10 hours to edit it because there's a bunch of different fast-paced edits or whatever, so I can get like viewer retention, blah, blah, blah. Bro, the video might make me a couple bucks. Like, that's it. Plus, I have college. I have schoolwork to do, okay? I'm in school. I have a job as well. It's like, dude, I had to quit my job so I could really focus on YouTube because it would not have worked at all, which I do not recommend that method at all. Anybody thinking about starting YouTube like that, if you're gonna try the method I tried, make sure you save up enough money that will at least last you for a few multiple months to where if you're paying your bills or you're living with parents or something, you can at least afford your lifestyle for 5 to 6 months out before you go broke as hell and you gotta get another job. Otherwise, do not start with zero. That's absolutely stupid. I took a massive risk.
And streamers say, oh, I really needed to drop out to pursue streaming. Like, get the out of here. I was growing and in college the entire time.
I don't know, no, bro. It depends on the content you make, bro. If you're a commentary YouTuber, genuinely saying that would make sense to me because you're working 9 to 5, dead ass.
Thank you for 3 million followers.
4 million followers.
Or you're posting like once a week on YouTube, like these long form videos. You gotta hope they blow up. It just depends on the content you make. Also, let's be real, TikTok is just lower effort, bro. You don't have to do as much to go viral. You can do some goofy, stupid stuff and go viral. I mean, shit, look at my videos on TikTok.
By December, Joe had cleared 5 million.
Pretty relatable, honestly, as a creator, because it's like, You have to do what the algorithm wants, otherwise you're not gonna be successful. And obviously your mindset is gonna be warped by numbers, right? You see something going up, you're like, oh, this must be good. I gotta keep doing it. I gotta keep emulating. How can I keep doing it? You think about it when you wake up, you sleep, you eat, you breathe content, and then your life becomes content. And then, you know, you don't have a life. You have nothing going on outside of you. Your girlfriend doesn't love you. Your mom doesn't want you, and you're gonna get disowned by your dad. Okay, so this is definitely relatable. Yeah,
I'm trying to map out where the ego kind of starts to disappear versus, like, was there a low point, a moment where you're like, holy shit, I gotta change?
Yeah, I don't really, I don't think there was like an aha, right? It wasn't like a light switch flip. It was more over the span of like a 6-month period where I was like, I'm kind of being a dickhead.
okay.
Coupled with a variety of things. So I don't know if you can include this in the video. That's up to you. I tripped on mushrooms for the first time, like, and I hate when people
Okay, all right, I guess that was not the turn I was expecting.
people talk about like that being a genuine changing factor in their life, because it's like, okay, cornball, like that's what made you, you know, really have that light switch.
Yeah.
But I think it was like, it was a part of it, you know, like it removed the grooves of life that I have gotten into, and it made me reset to a point where I had to kind of look in myself. A lot of the people that I knew in philosophy classes as well were sharing ideas that, you know, I may have heard but not resonated or understood fully. It was so much.
Why does the fact that he's like into philosophy and like art and then he does like shrooms kind of just makes sense, bro? I don't know how to explain it. It feels like anytime somebody's like an arts major or they really like philosophy and thought, they be doing stuff like this, bro. I could never do that just because I feel like it would change my brain and I'd be addicted, or if not addicted, like my brain would just be warped and away from how I originally was. I don't know. I'd be scared.
Like, wow, I'm gonna die one day. I should kind of treat people in a way that's like, this is our only life. And I accredit my viewers a lot because in that time, parasocial relationships built a little bit, which is bad. But at the same time, there were people coming to me for the first time going, I want to kill myself.
Yeah, wow.
You were chatting to your last streamer because you're ending it all. Whoa, 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 whoa.
If there was a moment of like lock in, it was that.
What happened? One of my subs just said he's gonna kill himself.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh.
Do you need help?
Because I was going, yeah, even though I'm 19, you know, there are people that actually look up to me in a way that's like, I need to be better at.
Life is the best thing that will ever happen. No matter how bad it can get, life is amazing.
Now, put yourself in that.
I mean, if you say it to somebody who doesn't think their life is amazing or their life just objectively isn't amazing, that might not be great advice. But obviously, that's him young, just saying first thing he thought of, trying to help. So you can't really hold it against him. And realistically, bro, when you're putting in that moment live, you can't sit and pause and think what do you want to say and write up like a nice little sentence. You're like, damn, shit, what do I say, bro? I want this person to stay alive. Obviously, the person's amazing. I know them to some extent. They're a sub. We've talked before. It's like, shit, bro, what do I say? I want to help them. But that's where there's a lot of pressure.
Share for a second. You're 19 years old. You started streaming to play video games, to have fun and make people laugh, and somebody you've never met just told you they're planning their own death. And out of everyone in their life, they picked you to tell.
I feel like no one cares and I want to end it all. I have a date planned, so you'll probably never see me again. I want to say you make me laugh a lot. I'm going to kill myself October 2nd. No one will remember me.
And this kept happening. Joe would go live, and sooner or later, somebody would show up in a genuine crisis, typing their darkest thoughts into a Twitch chat.
How does Joe feel about like a lot of people doing this? Does he feel like happy that people do this, to the fact that he can give them good advice and, you know, hopefully change their lives? Or does he feel a little bit like depressed in the fact that it changes the vibe of the stream, or that these people aren't really seeking professional help, they're coming to him, and that's kind of like a bother to an extent because everybody's just kind of like coming to him as a trend? And then also, let's be real, there's some attention-seeking losers out there who are lame as hell, who would go out here and say that they would do something like this, and they're actually just trolling, trying to get a nice emotional response or whatever.
Don't want to be a mood killer. I just want to say my family basically bullies me every day, and I can't get them to stop. I've been thinking about suicide a lot.
When Joe first started getting these messages from chatters, his initial response was the same as anyone with the hearts would be. He wanted to help. Both on stream and off of it, Joe took the time to talk with those viewers, getting to know them on a personal level and giving them real advice just like you would with a friend.
You guys mean the world to me. If you need help with something like that, I can try my best. So that's why I'm kind of chilling or pausing the stream for the last like 15 minutes to talk about this, because that's important.
I think one thing you cannot refute is that he's being genuine, and even if he does mess up by saying like the wrong thing or stumbling or not saying something perfectly the best way he would have wanted to say it, I think the intent being there is what matters the most, and he really wants to help.
But there's a harsh reality that all streamers have to learn eventually. Your viewers aren't your friends. They can't be.
I have had probably 20 people come to me about themselves, like on live. The first 2 times it's happened, I have tried to like help them, and then it just ended badly in terms of them getting parasocial towards me and then nonstop coming to me.
You see, the relationship between a streamer and a viewer is way more
Yeah, that's actually just weird.
complicated than a normal friendship. When you spend hours watching someone through a screen, day after day, your brain starts doing something weird. You pick up their sense of humor. You learn their opinions, their moods, what makes them laugh, and what sets them off.
Yeah, you become an extension of them. You're sitting in the chat, and maybe they'll read your message. You talk to them a little bit, so you think that you know them on a personal level, and you don't.
You come to
He knows everybody in the chat, as a singular entity, not individual people, you know?
know them the way you'd know a friend, except they have no idea you even exist.
Bro.
This is what's called a parasocial relationship, and it can be a dangerous thing.
Now a scary home invasion as 3 masked intruders with guns
What?
grabbed a popular influencer by the hair demanding money.
3 guys came into my room, turned all the lights on, and then they had the gun pointed at me.
What the hell?
While most parasocial relationships don't reach this level, there's always a possibility that it can.
Wait, that was parasocial and not just robbers?
Popular Twitch streamers face a terrifying encounter while live streaming along the Santa Monica Pier.
Kill you right now.
Oh my
If the
gosh.
streamer leans too far one way, they might come across as uninterested or cold, but lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake an occasional reply for friendship.
Funny enough, I think that this is actually a lot worse for women. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that parasocial viewers, they try to form like these relationships with the girls thinking that like, oh, I can date her one day or something like that. Definitely a thought that I have, but maybe I'm wrong, but I definitely feel like I'm right.
Please stop following me. It's getting weird. It's getting strange. I don't know you, okay? So please leave me alone.
That's where things can take a turn for the worst, because now that attention can turn into expectation. And when the expectation of a response to the next chat isn't met, it can feel less like being ignored by a streamer and more like a betrayal by someone that they thought they knew.
Yeah, funny enough, I've actually dealt with this in real life before at DreamCon. I don't want to get into the specifics, but definitely dealt with something similar like this, and they don't really understand that you don't know them. They're a viewer. As much as you like them or whatever, you don't have like a real relationship, you know?
It's a weird parasocial relationship that forms, and you're not even aware that this person is forming that typically until they're like about to show up, or they do show up.
The gap is hard to manage, which is why most streamers keep a barrier up around the heavy personal stuff.
My sis is dead.
Right, let's try and keep it
What?
positive.
Please don't talk about side of my chat, please. This is something I just don't like to hear or talk about, you know?
And you can't really blame them. At the end of the day,
Yeah, I think that's fair for somebody to say that. Maybe somebody out there would say, oh, like, if your viewers are depressed, it's your job to try to, like, coddle them, consult them, make sure that they're great, whatever. Like, they're paying you by subscribing to you, or they're making sure your pockets are deep by watching your content. But at the end of the day, bro, nothing is going to replace a professional therapist. And what are you doing asking your favorite streamer, bro, when they play freaking Call of Duty Warzone? How are they going to help you, bro?
Streamers are supposed to entertain. At some point, there has to be a boundary between caring about the people watching and becoming responsible for everything that they put into the chat.
I think those people forget that the streamer is entertainment at the end of the day. They're not like your friend, your buddy, or anything like that.
They become too attached to you, where they see you as an actual friend that they have. So I feel like that is kind of a boundary that you have to set as a streamer. But it's hard to gauge where that line is.
Joe had every reason to draw that same boundary. He'd answered the heavy messages, taken conversations off stream, and learned what could happen when things become too parasocial.
The first 2 times I helped somebody with like issues, they just kept messaging me, and then they like got upset when I stopped messaging them. So it's more so of that issue.
But mental health meant too much to him. Ignoring somebody who might not make it through the night was never a choice he could live with. After those early mistakes, Joe implemented 2 important factors that would eliminate those odd parasocial dynamics from coming into the picture. For starters, he removed any one-on-one interaction. All conversations with chatters were strictly held on stream from the Twitch chat.
Okay.
I've prepared to go, tired of waiting for things to improve. You are my escape. Thank you, dude. If you're saying you're gonna kill yourself, don't. I know this was 10 minutes ago. I hope you're still here.
And second, but most importantly, he made the pivot from trying to be the help himself and became the middleman.
Fine if you're depressed and you want to come to me for advice.
Good idea. And also, I think would probably be good is if he did want to talk about this in a more broader sense. Like, I know he does this because I've seen clips, but just talking about mental health as a whole, being like, oh, you know, why people should still exist, why self-deletion isn't a viable option, a good option, etc. I've seen clips of him talking about it as like a whole concept rather than addressing people one by one in each individual situation. Just address multiple people, and a lot of people watching the stream might just be able to relate in general, and that might just hit a broader audience and do more good ultimately anyways.
But when it comes to the gravity of seeking an expert is better than seeking Joe Bartolozzi, a Twitch streamer, TikToker. You know what I mean?
For those who came into the chat looking for help, Joe was there to give them a few encouraging words and push them in the right direction.
I've had not so good thoughts, if you know what I mean, and listening to your advice and others has helped me even during those hard times. If you ever have thoughts, reach out to somebody, genuinely. Go to a therapist, psychiatrist, talk to somebody that can help you. It's not the answer.
Like, there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. Especially seeing that I don't know the person. So that's
you don't know the situation. There's freaking 10,000 people in the chat. What are you really supposed to do? Yeah.
Why I try to do the charity streams for, like, you know, 988 or AFSP or Trevor Project. We're doing reactions today. And it's a charity stream. We raised $2,700, which was matched 3x by the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation. So dub in the chat for that. Goes to a good cause, saving lives.
And for a while, this worked pretty well. While it seems kind of small, Joe's brief but encouraging words were actually making a difference in people's lives.
I've been subbed for a year now, and I want to say thank you for helping me through this past year with having to deal with my grandpa's suicide and my own personal problems. You're definitely my favorite top streamer, and I hope you never stop.
But by the time Joe graduated college, things had started to change. His viewer count climbed to some of the highest in all of streaming, and managing the expectation of that many chatters is a totally different beast.
It's goddamn impossible, I'll tell you that.
Like, right now, I average 10K. Chat's horrible.
Just straight up? Damn. That is true, though. The more people that you have introduced to your chat, bro, the more people, they don't know your community. They're just here to see the thing that they're here to see. They want to see facts, clips, overreacting, breaking stuff, yelling, streamer you, just you know, type of stuff. So obviously they're going to be like unruly children in your chat.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I got to lock in. I want to get into the videos. I'm starting to get stressed the f out. I'm starting to get stressed the f out. I could tell this was going to happen at the start of stream when I got like 9 messages just unloaded onto me.
With this many viewers watching, Joe found himself caught between two groups that wanted completely different things from him. Because on one hand, some viewers felt that he wasn't doing enough to help.
I guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me. Lame comment.
Bro, what the hell is that?
I have 5,000 people in my stream that are spamming right now. I'm also playing a video game. And then I don't respond to you and you pull this guilt trip here.
But on the other hand,
I think that he's better off just not addressing these things as much as he cares, and that shows his care by addressing it and getting kind of ticked off by it, as you can tell. But if you do address it, you're kind of like baiting people into doing this more, you know?
There was a totally different group of viewers that were tired of the stream constantly stopping.
Jesus, dude, I like watching your streams, but when you go on rants like this, that's all you do all the time. That's annoying. Play the game.
That means you don't enjoy the streams, bro. Like, one thing I don't understand is people like looking at a reactor or just a streamer and being like, yo, stop talking, play the freaking video, blah, blah. Like, for example, if there's somebody out there watching me who's like, yo, you pause too much, I get it, bro. Sometimes I pause a lot, I talk a lot, you know, it kind of disrupts the flow of the video, and that's something you just have to deal with. But you're watching the reactor to react, you're watching the streamer to hear them talk, no? Otherwise, you would just watch original gameplay, original footage, original video, right? So it doesn't make sense who's like when people complain and be like, oh, this guy talks too much, he pauses too much. You're watching me for the pauses. What are you watching me for? To freaking sit and look at me? I mean, hey, I know I'm freaking beautiful and freaking handsome, sexy beast. But bro, that's not what you're here for, right? You're here to hear me talk. I mean, I can sit here while the video plays if you want, but no.
Do me a favor and never
That would be stealing content.
That's all you do all the time. That's annoying. Play the game. Do me a favor and never watch me again. Do me a favor and go f yourself.
Damn.
No matter what Joe did, someone felt ignored, and the messages were starting to get more demanding. Early on, people would briefly mention that they were struggling, and Joe would offer a few words of encouragement. Now they wanted more.
Like every stream, it's been getting more and more and more and more like involved, where people are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't.
Yeah, these aren't therapy streams, bro. Like, you gotta see therapists. You gotta, I know it's expensive. It sucks that it's costly, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you can get it under your insurance. I'm not sure if that's how it works in every place.
I'm sorry.
But the hardest part was figuring out who genuinely needed help and who was only looking for attention.
How do you balance keeping everybody happy and then also sorting through people who are just doing it for attention?
I mean, that's the struggle. Because I'm a suicide prevention advocate, that is an avenue that a lot of people use to manipulate their way into being noticed or speaking to me on stream. And so, yeah, if there's 10 chats saying they're suicidal, 6 of them are fake.
Damn, bro. 60% being fake is just some loser stuff, bro. How much attention are you missing at home, bro? Does mommy not freaking feed you before she goes to work, bro? Does daddy not give you any attention at home for you to be doing this? Again, I think the best way in my mind right now to prevent this is to just address the whole self-deletion aspect or whatever as a whole general topic and be like, this is not the answer because this, and this, and this, and not individual situations. That way these people don't get the actual, like, the blessed feeling of like, oh, he responded to my message. I'm so important, you know? It's kind of like how they say, when you get swatted as a streamer, you shouldn't like record the whole thing so the swatter doesn't feel like the sense of joy and happiness and the fact that you disrupted the streamer's day. Kind of similar.
Because I do so much mental health advocacy, the amount of people that come into my chat and fake being suicidal is absurd. Damn. I had one chatter that came in and they say, hey, I'm the mother of so-and-so. He took his own life. I just wanted to let you know you were his favorite streamer. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, bro. I'm just getting chills reading that because thinking about like Joe's perspective, he doesn't know this is fake. He doesn't know this is fake. He thinks this is real. This shit would make me probably cry and end the whole stream.
That he took his life. I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I hope you're all right. I'm sorry for the loss of your son.
Wow.
Ugh. Come to find out, they come back a month later and they're like, my brother typed that, banned his, blocked him. You're the chatter? I knew that, bro. I'm banning you, man. That's fucking weird as shit.
This leaves Joe
that would piss me off.
Stuck making a decision that's difficult to get right.
Because I know that previous stream, and maybe multiple streams in a row, he was thinking about that like, holy shit, bro. Somebody in my chat that I used to interact with here and there, like, they passed away, their mom left me a heartfelt message. That affected his mood for probably a while.
If I'm being honest.
Just for your troll.
I think a large portion of people that come into my chat and say stuff that's idle are lying. But I have to treat them all as if they're real because then I could, on an off chance, not take somebody seriously that is serious. And that's the worst thing you could do.
Yup. And not only that, but obviously he's not thinking about it from a branding perspective, but that would also probably not be great if he didn't take it serious and it ended up being something real. You know what I also wanted to say? I feel like the people who come in and say, like, oh, I'm fake, you know, depressed and all that type of stuff, and I want to end myself, blah, 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 and they're lying, they don't really see Joe as, like, a human. They're not looking at him as a human. They're looking at him as an entity for entertainment, bro. Like, they're not thinking about what happens when he gets off stream and if he's still thinking about this, if he's, like, depressed at the fact that his viewer ended up doing this to themselves and how so many people in the chat are saying they're depressed and blah, 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 and he's actually sad. They're just seeing him for the stream, for the clip, and they want to get their little clip of they just talking to him and blah, blah, blah. They just want to get their little message off to Joe Bart, you know? At some point, you're not really seeing him as the human aspect of what happens off stream. How does he truly feel? And if you were thinking of him as a human, you wouldn't do this.
Ignoring the wrong message could have serious consequences, but responding to every message was impossible, and the pressure of trying was beginning to wear him down.
I feel bad, and I've talked about this. It's like, I wish I could help, but, like, sometimes I can't, you know? Like, there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. Especially seeing that I don't know the person.
Even as him saying sometimes, like, realistically, bro, if this was me, I would say most of the time I couldn't be able to help. There's nothing really you can do besides say go to therapy, but that's on you to do as the viewer. I can't force you into therapy, bro. Like, what?
But there's one message that weighs on Joe the most. It's one that he's heard over and over again, that for some viewers, he's the only reason that they're still alive.
Wow. That's heavy. Joe Bart saved my life. I'm so serious. I only stopped from because he had a rack stream coming up. Wow. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Anybody watching this video who happens to be depressed, and sometimes I get messages like this, obviously not on the same scale as Joe, but people who are like, oh, you genuinely brighten my day, you blah, blah, blah. Like, that means the world. That means more than anything that could ever be a metric of views, likes, money, whatever. The fact that you're able to brighten somebody's day, like, through a simple video makes me feel so much more important and so much more of a good person. I don't know. It's like, wow. Somebody could genuinely sit and watch me sit and yap to a video, and this makes them feel so much better in their day and distracts them from like a difficult situation or from work or a difficult lifestyle or maybe harsh reality or their depression. That I don't know how to explain it in like actual vocabulary terms, but it's the best feeling ever when I see those type of messages, and I love it, bro.
You were there when my dad passed. You saved me from ending my own life more than anyone should. I've realized so much because of you. I can't thank you enough. You unknowingly have helped me with a lot. My life has gotten about a lot better since watching you from your philosophy stuff. Never had a favorite streamer until I watched your streams, and it kind of saved my life, no pressure. I wanted to myself. You saved my life. I did not save your life. You saved your own life. Please get the help you need, though. If I'm the only reason that you stopped, wanting to kill yourself in that moment, you need a lot of help outside of just watching my content.
Damn. Okay, that's real. Some people might think that that's really harsh, but I definitely appreciate the perspective of that, because that's not the first thing I would have thought of. If somebody said that to me, I would have been like, wow, I'm happy. I would have been like, yo, that's amazing. Hopefully you're doing good, blah, blah, blah. But realistically, that is true. If your only source of happiness is from a YouTuber, a musician, or whatever, you have to seek more help to reach that level of what? Homeostasis or whatever? The equilibrium? Because realistically, what if that person stops making content? What if that person takes a break? What if that person slips up, or they, stop making videos?
When you hear some of those stories, how big of a toll does that take on you? Because, I don't know, I'm watching through some of their clips, talking to people like this, a lot of the chat is asking, who is checking on Joe?
Yeah, true.
I'm starting therapy soon. I'm not saying it's bad to have my videos as something to fall back on to make you feel happier versus I'm suicidal, your videos are the only thing that's keeping me alive.
Take a second and think about what that actually means for the person receiving it. Somebody just told you that your uploads are load-bearing for their existence.
That is a ton of pressure, yes.
Don't tell me that. I'm glad I'm able to help, man, but get help. Get help. Please.
So what
Some people might say that's harsh, but I respect that take.
What happens if you take a break? What happens if you burn out and quit? On some level, Joe now feels like he has to keep posting, because somewhere out there, somebody's hanging on by his streaming schedule.
There will be people that will come to my chat and they're like, hey, you prevented me from myself because I saw one of your videos and it made me laugh. On surface level, that's great. If you're me, now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are going to start
The pressure, there's the sheer exposure to darkness. Joe's DMs and chat are a constant stream of people's lowest moments. And when you're surrounded by that much pain for that long, it eventually starts to get in.
That's the one thing is the emotional drain, I guess. I put a lot out.
After every stream, Joe sits there for an hour just coming back down from what the job took out of him.
When I'm done stream, I get off. I literally sit there in silence for maybe an hour.
That's not crazy, bro, because he's sitting streaming for 3-4 hours. But sometimes I'll make a video for an hour and I'll be like, shit, that was a little draining because I had to sit and yap and yell and,
I need time to decompress just because that is a lot at times. It takes a toll. And I've gotten used to it, but it kind of builds.
And if you're doing it daily, multiple times, streams, recordings, TikToks, whatever, naturally you're going to feel burnout and feel drained. So, yeah.
Sure, I'll be good for a month, and then there will be a week where I'm just, not there emotionally, I guess. And that's, a problem.
So the obvious question is, why keep doing it? Every other streamer proved you can just let the messages scroll and the career survives. Joe could put up the full wall tomorrow and nobody could really blame him.
I'm not sitting here acting like I'm some role model, but if people are going through stuff and I recognize that they're watching my content to help them, that I want them to have some sort of guidance of redirection to be better themselves and also better their own mental health in a way that's good for them.
The thing is, I don't really like the term role model, and the reason why is because I feel a lot of times when people look at that, they look at the word role model and they make it synonymous with idol, and they'll idolize a human, and every human is imperfect in some way, and whenever you see that person slip up, it's oh my god, how can my freaking role model idol do this and mess up? Bro, realistically, Joe is not perfect. He's not gonna handle every situation the perfect, best, amazing, most humble way, and that could change somebody's opinion of him. So I would never personally call myself a role model and tell anybody to look up to me as a person. You can look up to certain qualities, but as an individual, I wouldn't really say that.
Joe did the math and decided helping people is worth what it costs him.
I enjoy making people happy more than the other aspects of the job. And that's what enables me to deal with this too. A lot of people are oh, push through the negative because you make money. I think I push through the negative because I can affect people more positively here than any other job that I could possibly be doing.
And realistically, bro, when you're at Joe's level, the money isn't the problem, bro. He's not broke. He's not gonna, he could probably retire right now and be chilling. So he's doing it for the love of the game, and yeah.
But once he saw what his platform could do for people at their lowest, walking away from that stopped being an option he could live with.
Thank you. My mom was diagnosed with cancer about 9 months ago.
Sorry to hear that.
We would watch your videos and streams. We loved your philosophy streams. She also majored in philosophy.
Really?
A week ago I found out she has 2
2 more days to live.
Wow.
One of the final things we did was watch one of your YouTube videos. Your videos remind me of good memories. She passed away yesterday and you helped me cope. Just wanted to say thank you so much. You helped more than you'll ever know. Oh my God. Yo, that's just gonna make me cry.
Damn.
It's a f***ing weird job, dude. It's a weird job in social media. There's a lot of shit, but it's one of the most like rewarding experiences. Just to be able to be someone to help other people is something that I want to do. Yeah, the money's good. Yeah, it's fun to play video games and shit. But like on a deeper level, dude, being able to make people's days is like genuinely what I want to do. And I'm glad that I can.
Definitely fire video, amazing production. He had the interview in there. I think the last thing I want to say, and it's kind of like a One Piece reference, funny enough. If you know One Piece, then you'll know. But it's kind of like, there's a character, right? His name is Kuma, okay? And he's able to like absorb like people's pain and fix other people's pain by absorbing their pain, right? So like, let's just say somebody has an injury, he can heal them, but he takes on that pain at the end of the day, and him healing the entire tribe would be him taking on that whole pain, and he has to deal with the pain of everybody into one body. Does that make sense? And that kind of puts it, that's kind of like a similar situation where it's like, if you have an entire chat and they're all like depressed, not all of them obviously, but there's a good amount of people saying they're depressed and all this different stuff, bro, going to somebody who's not professional, who doesn't know how to deal with these things, naturally it's gonna take a crazy emotional toll on him as a human. And I really just hope that he has somebody else in his corner who's able to like make sure he's good. He did say he's gonna go to therapy and stuff, and he's starting that soon, so that's amazing. If you are watching this video, you're depressed, you're sad, or anything like that, even if you're happy, bro, therapy is an amazing thing, because as usual when I say this, therapy makes things better. Even if you're already good, therapy makes you great, and if you're not doing well, it makes you doing good, you know? So therapy, your number one friend. It's not feminine, it's not soft, it's not weak, it's not any of those weird ass stigmas, bro. Better yourself in 2026 is going forward. You and we all deserve to live a very happy, healthy, amazing, beautiful life. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join Discord, link in the description. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. Link me any new videos you want me to check out in the comment section as well. With that being said, it's love you all. I love you, and I'm out.